Hello and welcome to Reviews. Now, in the 80s, DC had a bunch of comics, things like Swamp Thing and Animal Man that were starting to um, not be like the normal type of fare. Give me a quick rundown in case you weren't around for the whole Vertigo period. Um, DC ended up creating an imprint called Vertigo and kind of separated it off from the DC universe and folded some of their books like Animal Man and Swamp Thing and Sandman under this imprint. It was aimed at mature readers, and it wasn't just your typical cape on cape fighting. And eventually, we got other books like Preacher, Why the Last Man, Fables. Um, yeah, some fantastic books out of this period. It actually saved comics for me because when the whole Image thing happened, '92, and Marvel really went toward the art over writing over anything else, I was getting fed up with a lot of stuff. And Vertigo actually saved comics for me. So I loved the Vertigo brand. And eventually DC scrapped Vertigo. And now they've brought it back. And the first book they've brought back is, oh, I shouldn't say brought back, that the first book they've released under the banner of Vertigo is Border Town. You may notice this is actually a variant cover. I don't know if that'll show up there. Yeah, I accidentally bought the variant cover. And I have no idea who this guy is. Um, it's it's an interesting cover. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be representing, but so I loved Vertigo comics. I especially loved Sandman, Why the Last Man, Preacher. Uh, so I was really excited for Vertigo coming back, and yeah, as other people have said when the books were announced, I'm going to tell you right now, this is a trash fire. You see, the other books were aimed at mature audiences. Even Preacher, which was kind of cartoony at times, but it was still a fun read, and it tackled, the hunt for God, basically. Sandman was very, I guess you would say, intellectual for a comic. Um, this, this is just someone's, deviant art just thrown onto a page. This is, I've been ripping on things like Avengers. Avengers has been boring. I just did the latest issue last night. This, this is bad. Now the premise of this, it takes place in a town in Arizona just off the border of Mexico. But it's not just the border of the U.S. and Mexico, it's the border of realities. And we have things coming through. Let's just dive in. Now, this just jumps right into the book here. We get a bunch of Americans talking about basically anti-Mexicans, border crossers and everything, and they're gonna hunt them some brown skins. Yeah, I'm not even going to go into this dialogue. This is cartoonish. Um, so on the opposite page, we have the Mexicans who are trying to flee into the U.S. And so, yeah, we have the redneck squad here with their flag and their guns, and this guy looks like Clark Kent, and their armor, and yeah, strong language as you can tell here. So, make America great again. Yep, we got our Trump supporter. Did you know people hate Trump? Yeah, there you go. We hate Trump. That's if that wasn't obvious. So we get this painting of the American side, and the Mexican side is the families trying to flee into the U.S., but they end up getting attacked. They scream for help. They'll just scream, and the rednecks hear the screams. They check out what it is, and it's this creature that is already killed the father. What kind of Mexican is that? And he's got the sombrero there, and then they shoot at it, and apparently they get killed. So then we cut again to the next day. We have a U-Haul truck. Hey, Mom, did you know that Arizona is home to over a dozen different kinds of lethally venomous reptiles? And it was the last day to honor Martin Luther King Day? Because we need that. He's looking at the Wikipedia page. I was going to look that up to see if this stuff was listed on there, but... So, no black people and tons of killer snakes. That hardly seems like a fair trade. Really? Really, you went through all that just to get to that line. 3 pages in, you can already see what kind of book this is going to be. Okay, 4 pages in. So they turn on the radio. You're listening to 66.6 FM, Arizona's home for, I guess, whatever's coming out that's infecting. It's going into the kid's eye. If it's sound coming out, why is it going into his eye? Shouldn't that be going into his ear? And this is, I don't know, maybe that's his ear. I don't know what that is. But apparently it's done something to him because now his nose is bleeding, and happens all the time out here. Side effect of the dry air. Yeah, I'm totally down. Metal. Nosebleeds? Nosebleeds are metal, dude. So as they're driving, they say, speaking of metal, are those horrifying wolf pig things gnawing on human bones? Bullshit. If you're driving down a freeway and you see a couple boars on the side of the road this far away, and you'll see them eating something, you won't be able to tell it's a human from that distance while driving down the freeway. And you know these guys are flying. You don't hang around in the desert. Yeah, that's bull. Bull. Yeah, the wild boars would soon bite your to look at you. It's a Mexican word, and the bones probably are too. We get a lot of them out here trying to sneak across. So, yeah, as they're talking about this, he makes a comparison that, smart-mouthed teenager, complaining about being in air conditioning, moving to Arizona, while you have people fighting their way through the desert and risking their lives to try and get over. Maybe they're just trying to run away from something they don't want to deal with back home. So, as they're heading to their new home of Devil's Fork. So, yeah, this is heavy-handed. We're 5 pages in. So we get to his first day of class. And he, oh, by the way, the main character here, his name's Frank. Short for, I think, Francisco. And he hears some whammy noise. And he sees this guy, idiot machine stole my pinchy quarter. I feel you, big guy. Life sucks. I've got an extra $1 if you want it. Keep the change. Please don't kill me. What? Gracias, new friend. Frank. My name's Frank. If I was recording this on my computer, I would put in, his name's Frank from Life Seeker. But anyway, gracias, new Frank. So, yeah. All right, Quinte. Give the new guy some room to breathe. Sorry. The incredibly retarded Hulk give you any trouble? Nice. My bruised couple ribs, but I don't get the impression he meant any harm. Thanks, though. Not a problem. It's great to see another friendly face around here, you know what I'm saying? And, of course, they look over, the white guy here looks over at the purple-haired girl, the Hispanic, and the black. Pendejo, pigs. Yeah, it's funny. This is so stereotypical. If this book is trying to be all SJW, so we got the black guy going, "What the f you looking at?" The Hispanic guy calling him stupid in Spanish, and of course the purple-haired woman calling the guys pigs. Really? As I said, this book, no It's just it's as subtle as a brick to the face. So yeah, a fist pump because this guy Blake, he's a Nazi. So I need to skip a page here. So where am I going to skip? Because there's so much stupid stuff. I'll go on to the next page because here we see the two girls talking about the new guy and Gillo, the new guy, just what this town needs. Another white guy, and he's trying to find his way to class. Of course, he gets to class late, which leads to him sitting down next to this girl. And while the teacher is talking what they're going to be studying in art class, she says, "Psst, what's your deal?" "My deal? You're new. Nobody knows anything about you, except Quinte likes you, and Blake likes you, and neither of them likes anyone, especially each other. So yeah, what's your deal?" Which one is Blake again? The Nazi skinhead. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been in school, but I don't recall skinheads walk around openly, but, hey, maybe that's the way things are nowadays. That guy's a Nazi, but he dresses like... Oh, heck, I'm not monetized, but he dresses like shit. I thought they were supposed to be all dapper now. What does that mean? Not here, anyway. Not yet, anyway. Arizona tends to trail behind the rest of the country when it comes to everything. So you're not a white power guy? What's the matter with you? No, of course not. Now, they're whispering while the teacher's teaching, talking about what is going to happen in class, and, oh, you're going to love this page. So Frank says, okay, well, when he's asked not to prove he's not a racist, talks about listening to Japanese thrash metal. I've seen Steel so many times I wore out the VHS tape. I really hope he's being sarcastic because that movie sucked. I know it's a DC comic, but you could have done any other movie, And then he stands up in the middle of class, flips all the markers, and says, "Oh, and I'm half Mexican." Yeah, this reaction right here. This. People don't do this. This is the type of thing that if someone posts this story online, they would say, and then everyone applauded. No, this crap. No, that's stupid. And of course, the black girl immediately calls him out. "No, you're not. I am. I know I don't look like it because my mom's Irish, but my biological father is supposed to be, supposed to be. That's actually kind of funny." Then we get this "so woke" little speech she gives. Remind you, this isn't a middle class. What is the teacher doing right now? What, she's just going to not try and discipline or get control back? You're not half Mexican and half Irish. That makes you sound like the world's shittiest centaur. You're Mexican and you're Irish and you're American. All three fully. All three simultaneously. 300%. Woke. So woke. Or maybe he's just an American with that ancestry. You're not half Mexican, half Irish. Yeah, this is... he's not 100%. He's not 300%. His way of thinking, makes more sense. So anyway, word gets back to Blake, the skinhead, that Frank is half Mexican. So he attacks Frank. Decides that he's going to fight him after school. And I really need to skip a page at some point here. So here's where we get into the back to the creatures. So moving in from the outskirts of town, the signs are all around us. So we got this monster here in the Mexican get up here. We got these people fearing that there's ice demons. But yeah, it makes a comment that it obscures its true form by draping itself in the shape of its victim's greatest fears. So of course, these must be illegals. They see an ICE agent. This woman, Tiki Torch Nazi. Why are you people so afraid of Nazis? Oh my god, I can't believe I just said that. Okay, hey, let me rephrase this. I swear the word Nazi is thrown around more these days than it was back in the 40s. You know, not everything is a Nazi. And why? What is a tiki torch Nazi? It's a guy in a polo shirt and pants, and he's got like this blazer around his shoulder. He looks more like a yuppie than stupid. And we get this one down here, urban teenager. Again, if I was doing this on my computer, I'd splice in the part from The Walking Dead by Telltale where Kenny says, man, I'm from Florida. Stupid shit just comes out of my mouth sometimes. And of course, the kid in the Batman hat is afraid of Bane. Because, like I said, this is bringing out people's worst fears. It's what these demons are um, disguising themselves as. It obscures its true form. So, are they seeing these people, still as monsters, or is this just how we're seeing them? Kind of like on Quantum Leap, we'd see Sam as himself, but not as the character he was playing. Um, or are they actually seeing the deeps? I don't really know. Um, but then we get to there's a witch shop here, and she says the eldest citizen of the town, and it begins again. Oh yeah, here it's translated from Spanish there, so that's really helpful. I was going to skip this part, but this is really interesting because these are the books under the Vertigo imprint. Which ones are coming out? It looks like pretty much one a month, and this is the actual cover for Border Town, which says the border between worlds has cracked. Mystical monsters are pouring into the small town of Devil's Fork, Arizona. It's up to a group of high school misfits and their pet chupacabra to discover the secrets behind the supernatural invasion before it's too late. Uh, Great. So yeah, actually, I'm kind of interested in the American Carnage and the Second Coming. Jesus and Superman living together, basically. But this train wreck, Zoe Quinn, and oh yeah, this one. Hopefully, Robbie won't show us his asshole in that one. So, all right. So I am going to skip the next page because it's basically Frank goes out to fight the skinhead Blake, and Frank is actually winning because Frank may look all clean cut and white. He's actually been expelled from his previous school, and so he proceeds to kick the Nazis' ass, just basically curb stomp him, and talks about how Devil's Fork isn't his new home, it's his own personal hell. His mom moved him there to be with her long distance boyfriend so he'd have a role model. Props for making the half Mexican kid actually have flaws. I gotta give props on that, so he's not too much of a Marty Stew. Um, Keep acting like a fascist, and I'll make sure it's your personal hell too. So yeah, I am trying to ease up on the language a little bit. So the girls pull them off. One of them's named Amy. I don't know. I don't remember. I've read this twice. I don't remember if they said the other girl's name yet. So let's get out of here before the red and blue show up. Um, the skinhead looks to his buddies for help, so they hand him a gun. Uh, he pulls a gun on him, and we see one of the creatures here is sniffing the air and attacks. You guys, it's the cops. Now, I'm getting the impression that they don't see the monsters as monsters. They see them as the humans. Because I think they would say, what the F is that? So, the monster bites into Blake, and Blake drops his gun, and the monster starts sniffing and goes right to Frank. Oh no, actually Frank does see him as a monster. I forgot about that. I don't know about the other people though, because remember from listening to channel 6.6, had something go in his head that caused the nosebleed. So, and the monster's coming toward him. This isn't real. None of this is real. Not the move, not the school, not the gun, not the monster. It's all a dream. So yeah, he closes his eyes and yay, the big guy, the mentally challenged guy, Quinte, comes in to rescue him. And it looks like he pushed the monster's head into his torso. Is he pushing his head down, or is he just cramming it into his torso? But the monster tears his mask, and which Quinte, obviously that's his kryptonite. Frank asks, why does it keep coming after him? You notice it's not immediately biting, it's licking his ear. So whatever he heard, whatever he got infected with, it's a little Chekhov's gun there for later. And then the monster gets shot. Juliet, okay, they finally said her name. Julietta, what'd you do? What'd you just do? I don't know. I didn't think. I just... And the monster turns and takes off running and shape shifts down into this. Am I insane, or is it kind of cute? Yeah, this thing yiping away is kind of cute. Whatever. So then the real cops come. Great, so it's either more of those things or worse. What do you mean worse? I'm undocumented, Frank. Illegal. And by firing that gun to save your life, I just committed a felony that could get me and my entire family arrested and deported. This book is so woke. We got the plights of the illegals here. Then we go to the epilogue, which is this the creature that attacked Frank and his friends goes to the literal border fence between the U.S. and Mexico, opens a portal, and goes home to the capital city of the Aztec underworld. And that's when we find out that this creature is a chupacabra, which, if you remember in that page back here, yeah, and there he is. You know, he's their buddy, and their pet chupacabra that came up, and I guess it did technically rescue Frank, but then started licking his face. And so who's yelling at the chupacabra? Oh, this guy. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Lord of the Dead. And yeah, you can read what it says. You know, I'm 22 minutes into this video. I didn't mean to talk about this book this long, but this book is bad. You know, with the other Vertigo titles before, you know, they would use stereotypes, you know, for comedic purposes, like in Preacher, or when they had types of minority characters, they were given respect, not just, you know, flag waving like, yeah, I'm here, you know, I'm illegal, I'm undocumented, or Frank's little freaking outburst here of, where is it? Oh, and I'm half Mexican. Yeah, you remember in Sandman in oh god, what was in the second or third story arc? It had Wanda, the transsexual. Can I say that, or is it trans? I'm not sure what the term is anymore. Wanda got a very respectful treatment, and I won't spoil it if you haven't read it. But it addressed both the problems and still treated her respectfully. This is, I know it's the first issue, but these are such characters. You know, obviously when we saw this guy, we knew something was up. You know, and yeah, right there. This panel says all you need. There's a bunch of panels in this that are really bad. This book is stupid. And I'm really upset that I have a variant cover, because if this was a regular cover, I would tear this crap up. But at least Spider-Man comes out on the PS4 tonight. That should be downloading for me any moment now. So I have that to look forward to. But this, oh, if this is what Vertigo is offering, get woke, go broke, you know, as they say. But I'm going to tell you, there's going to be a lot of fodder for videos at least. So, yeah, avoid this. Stay away from this. Do not give them money. Vertigo, DC, you were doing better than Marvel. You backslide a little bit, but no, 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 no. All right, I went on way longer than I intended, and we got plenty of cricket music, so that means it's time for bed. Have a good night, and thanks for watching.